Welcome to a brand new podcast, and this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. For any business inquiries, if you want to put your brand on this podcast, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com, and that's the same email if you want to make a free will offering through our PayPal account. Again, that's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. We have different links to other affiliate sites, www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. There you will see other links, so definitely support that. Also, we have a Patreon channel, www.patreon.com/evolutionoflondon. We have from digital artwork, videos, as I mentioned, that's now YouTube, and consulting services as well. Music. Cheap Limousine Channel on YouTube, have a whole wide range of different beats. And once you go to his site on YouTube, you will see other social media platforms. So definitely like, subscribe, and share, and support the Cheap Limousine Channel on YouTube. And continue to train on YouTube. Greatness 19 channel, that's our educational channel to open up your third eye. So definitely like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel on YouTube. And also check out Mr. Evolution of London. That's our health and wellness channel. We have a whole wide range of videos. So definitely like, subscribe, and share to Mr. Evolution of London, our health and wellness channel on YouTube. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. So if you want to book a free consultation, email him at williesfitness99@gmail.com. That's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. And also support his merchandise, www.wjaaccessories.org. There he have custom clothes, accessories, and digital artwork as well, personal as well as business. AT Cell Phone Repair Center. They have two locations. First location is 1401 Ernest Avenue, Unit 15, again, London, Ontario. You can ask for Freedom. Yes, that's his name, Freedom. He's been in business for over 20 years. The first location sells all different types of phones, computers, iPods, iPads, accessories. Telephone number is 519-204-7300. Business email is atcellphonerepair@gmail.com. That's atcellphonerepair@gmail.com. That's the first location. Second location is 93 Wellington Street North. And that's their wholesale location where they wholesale all different types of phones, computers, iPods, iPads, accessories. And that's, again, London, Ontario, 93 Wellington Street North. Telephone number is 877-358-0026. That's their toll-free number. Number one for parts and accessories in London, Ontario. And they provide security cameras and install them as well. Their local number is 226-503-3300. And their business email is atwholesaler@gmail.com. That's atwholeseller@gmail.com. Support DJ Panthro on his mission DJ Panther is one of the best DJs in southwestern Ontario. So if you want to book, want him to be at your venue, for booking, email him at djpanthro519@gmail.com. That's DJ Panthro, PANTHRO 519@gmail.com. Again, support the machine. It is written. Fin City Fish and Chips, located downtown London, Ontario, 711 Richmond Street. Again, that's London, Ontario. Telephone number is 519-672-9950. Again, that's 519-672-9950. Website is www.fincityfishandchips.ca. Email fincitylondon@gmail.com. Known for their great fish and chips. And they have all different other types of food, but their fish and chips is scrumptious. Delicious. So Fin City Fish and Chips. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. And they deliver, DoorDash, Skip, etc. So you can email them, call them, find them everywhere. So support Fin City Fish and Chips. Villa Medina. Located at White Oaks Mall, again, London, Ontario, which shows a lot of support for your man here. Big shout out for London, Ontario for the support. But go check out Villa Medina, White Oaks Mall, 1105 Wellington Road, London, Ontario. They open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 8. Sundays, 10 a.m. to 5. So you can pretty much be there all day, just ordering back and forth from Villa Medina. They deliver. Skip and DoorDash. And the telephone number to reach them, 647-704-4215. Again, that's 647-704-4215. So definitely support Villa Medina. And that's in White Oaks Mall. And their food, they're known for their chicken shawarmas, beef shawarmas as well. And they have other dishes and dinners there as well. Mediterranean restaurant. Again, it's also delicious. Now, the Oracle 19 podcast is on all major platforms. We are on Anchor.fm, Google, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, just to name a few. And whatever information I haven't mentioned, you can check out the Oracle 19 podcast or the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London, and finally www.theoracle19radio.com. That's for any other information that I have not mentioned. All right. Today we're going to definitely talk about a topic that will be triggering, but it must be said. And again, I will. I shall. Living single. Living single. Now, again, as always, I usually be checking out social media. And I notice a big increase in women being single, manless, with or without children, old or young. And I was checking out these entertainers, these older women, and their demands, them being single, mind you. They 50 and 60 years old. I should say over 45, range 45 to 65. And they have these demands. They single. I do not think it's attractive by no stretch of imagination. You're a 45, 50, 60-year-old woman and talking about, I got a boyfriend. I mean, you're supposed to be married for decades at least. But just to hear, you're 50 years old, 55, and talking about, I got a boyfriend. But in this society, it's okay, it's acceptable. And the thing about it, the nerve of these old ladies having demands of what the man better do, and they 52 and 55. I hear it from watching these women entertainers. You're 52 years old and you're saying, I'm not going to tolerate, a man doing such and such, and if he meet me, he's going to have to marry me. Really? What do you got so fantastic that a 25-year-old woman don't have? Or what makes you so special over a 25-year-old woman? You old. Let's start with that. You're washed up. Now, I know some of you older women is put together nicely. Kudos to you. But you're old. You're washed up. A man 50 years old is not killing himself for you. So what do you think? A younger man, 25, 30, 35 years old, is dying for you? You're old. And it's disgusting that you put yourself out there like you are in demand. And what is your excuse, old ladies? Oh, well, I have experience. That box between your legs is experience enough. That been through multiple men's, adult children. There's nothing special about that. So why your demands he should automatically be following you? If take it or don't leave, or take it or leave it, yeah, that's why you're single and that's why you're alone. And a lot of these older women got dogs and cats. They alone. Heck, a lot of these younger women have dogs and cats. They alone. But it just surprises me. It just how I'm watching, and these older women just have so many of these demands. Like you a teenager, like you 25 years old. And And I'm not saying you should just take anything you can get, but, well, at your age, it's not a lot of options. But see, you could have a little bit more options if you wasn't so egotistical and demanding, and learn to fall back. And what I mean by falling back is submitting to a man of means. But again, we know the modern day females, especially modern day, well, I would get to the younger ones, but modern day females, let's say older females, is not going to submit to a man. They believe in this 50-50 partnership, and he got to make me a deity, that mentality. So you're going to be single and alone. And then another 5 or 10 years, you're going to find more single women that is alone and having nothing but cats and dogs and their toys, or if not, they will be dealing with the same gender. You're gonna find more of those type of women within the next 5 to 10 years. You can see it now. They bitter, and I'm sticking with the older women, but I'm gonna break everything down. I'm gonna try to anyway. Of living single. More and more women will be single. And I mentioned this on other shows as well. The mentalities of the modern day society of women and men and so forth. And the younger women that is single, they have this inflated mentality as well that, men, here they poor, they broke, they don't even know, they can't even name 5 countries, they have nothing to offer, but they're going to be single too, these younger women, because the requirements that they looking for is a man got to be making over 6 figures. And a lot of times, that's just the base of it. I hear women more and more talk about he got to make $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million, and they broke. They had nothing to offer, absolutely nothing. They can't teach. They can't even teach their future children. They can't even teach their current children. They bringing in these single women's bringing fresh toddlers in the relationship, or teenagers in the relationship. They could be 32. Some of them got teenage sons and daughters that's 16, 17, 18. Some of them got just fresh collars. This is why they're single. Living single. Again, nothing to offer society. No common sense. And just bringing nothing but problems automatically in a relationship. This is why they are single as well. Very egotistical, these young women as well. Twerking all over the place. Running around from man to man. Don't know if they're a man on a Monday. You heard this lingo. a woman on a Tuesday, somebody on a Wednesday, you know the rest. These are a bunch of jerks out here. Now, this had nothing to do with the real women, old and young. The real women, old and young, I have respect for you. So this don't apply to you, the 2% of y'all. I have no problem with real women, old or young. But I have a problem for old and young females. This is why you're living single. And again, for you men, see, men could be 40, 50, 60 years old. Their values are still high as long as your paper is right. Because you could be a trendsetter, travel all over the world, but if your money is right, you still could find a younger woman on this planet Earth that will respect you. This is why a lot of men is traveling different parts of the world. You can find that in North America, there's a certain quality that you could find. You don't have to necessarily, I feel, travel, around the world, but I do get it because the chances is better. The percentages is higher, and you're looking at a higher percentage, especially if you're able to travel around the world. You're just not limiting yourself just to North America to find a quality woman. If you're a trendsetter, you're traveling all over the world, your chances is just the law of nature. The chances is higher that you will find quality because there's more selections. That's just what it is. And we just not talk about the harlots and Jezebels of different countries. We're talking about just quality women. But you men also have to, and I'm glad to see more and more men, standards are changing. Standards is changing where you're finding that you're putting aside foolishness from these females. They come into you with nothing but headache and problems. You're not associating with them. You're not dealing with them. You're not procreating with them. A lot of the younger men out here is just not even going through that of even bothering dealing with these low budget females. They just not. It's good. It's great to see, and it's growing number more and more. They listen to, whether it's myself, but I'm not as popular right now. But there's other men on social media that they are listening to that's saying the same talking points as what I'm saying to you right now. So they still getting the information. And I'm okay too, because I got, there's quite a few countries that's listening to me, so I'm doing okay. I'm growing. That's all I can say. I'm rolling along, slowly but surely, with the help of y'all guys, and thank you. But that's on the side note. But back to the conversation at hand. This is important for you men, and I talked about the other shows constantly, that in order for you to eliminate, you have to be pretty much cold-hearted and stand on your square. Because these females really think that all men, are dumb. And all men will just accept them however and whatever they are. These females, is nothing not for nothing, but they, fat and dumpy looking and not trying to better themselves, and they present themselves like, you body shaming me if you saying I'm fat. It's a health issue, ma'am. And you men, if you saying you're about something, and your money is you doing well financially, what are you gonna do with a fat female? Now I know some of you men like that, and you know what? You could tell a lot about a man's financial status by the woman that he have. You could tell if his paper is funny by them. In a lot of cases, not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, you could tell his paper is funny by the woman that he is with. Most of these guys that have fat, I'm trying to be nice about it, but rhinos, hippos, these guys are broke. They broke. Or they have low self-esteem, or they suckers / simps. Anytime you see a guy rolling along and with an old fat wildebeest, big buxom of a woman, and I'm being a little humorous and facetious at the same time, guys. But if you see a guy with a big buxom of a woman, 9 out of 10 he's broke. His money is funny. He's going through some financial things. So this is the best he can get. Because you look at the entertainers, when they rich, they don't have big buxom of a woman by the side, unless they was with her for 40, 50 years before they became famous. But the average man entertainer, men that have their money right, they don't be rolling with rhinos with them. They just don't. Now, some men will say, yeah, I like them big and stuff like that. Okay, fantastic. You have exception to the rules. Exception to the rules could be you driving a car with your feet, but that's not the norm. And I mentioned that before as well on previous shows, if you follow me. So it's all part of the world of relationships and people living single. And women really just offering nothing to men. They just saying, here I am, take me as I am. You could be out of shape, your hygiene could be poor, and they just say, well, here I am. You can't cook, you can't clean. You don't even want to try to cook and clean and exercise and better yourself. You just say, here. Just like a piece of meat, just here, take it or leave it. A lot of you men accept that. And hey, listen, I'm telling you these things because I've been through the sands of life. I've been through wildebeest. Because it was dry season. My mental wasn't right, I just like, all right, you there? Okay. And my paper wasn't strong. And so that's a reality. It's those series of things. But I'm saying to you, especially you young men, Just don't accept it. Take your little wee-wees and go home. And what I mean by that is just don't accept just anything. Just move on. Go for the best. Aim high. This is why a lot of women, you have a lot of single women out here, because nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Only the low frequency men will accept just trash. You know, but when your mind is right, and when your paper is right as a free thinking man, a free thinking heterosexual man, you're not supposed to even deal with that. Just whatever. Old women that have nothing to offer, body counts in the hundreds, giving you demands. You're not supposed to hear from demands from single mothers. You're not supposed to hear demands from overweight women. You're not supposed to hear demands from women that got body counts 50 and over. Heck, not even 20 and over. I don't even like it 10 and over, personally. But when you have high body counts, women with a whole bunch of men throughout their history, what can they really tell you? That's why they're single. And this is why they're going to stay single. And this is why they're going to die single. Because they have absolutely nothing to offer. And you single ladies, think about this. I know you listen to my show. I have a handful of y'all that listens to my show on the low. On the low. You might not like it, but I know you listen on the low. What can you offer a man? And I said this before. What can you offer a man that you haven't given to another man previously? And if you can't answer that properly, you have some work to do. This will make you average and below average women. A lot of women, you thinking you 7, 8s, 9s. This is why you're single. You got nobody. You got nobody. And I mean that in a literal sense. Nobody. Yes, nobody. Flat buttocks. Don't even know how to walk. Don't even know how to talk. This is why you're single. You got no shape. Well, you got to go and run down to South America and get a BBL? Why you want some cement? Why a man, I don't know, what are you going to do with a cement buttocks? Something that's not natural. That you got to get redone every, 5 to 10 years, like an oil filter change? And I know an oil filter change don't, it's not every 10 years, 5 or 10 years, but you get what I'm saying. You got to go in and get it redone one day. Fake breastises. Yeah, it looks good, but it's fake. I as a man, me personally, I know some of you men like it. It's like a statue. I don't want fake on the body. I don't want fake breastises. I don't want fake buttocks. Have I dealt with people in the past with that? Yes, because I was a savage. Okay? And when you have a savage mindset as a man, you accept a lot of BS. There you go. Not saying, like I said, Greatness is not perfect. Imperfect, perfect being. But I learned to do better. Think better and do better. But I mean, you men, what you do you want a woman with fake behind, fake breasts? You don't even know her real eye color because she got contacts all the time. She have eyeliner, painting her eyebrows. You don't even know how it really looks. Eyelashes that is an inch, 2 inches long, making her look crazy. Matter of fact, she can't even have her eyes open because her eyebrows is long. Is that natural? I mean, I'm just saying. And then forget, and the makeup, we don't need to even talk about that, you know. It's nothing wrong with having a little makeup, okay? But I should see your real face sometime or another, right? And hopefully your real face it don't change the whole outlook. Like you look like something special. You look like Dorothy Dandridge. Well, no, let's be current. Let's say you're looking like a Beyonce. We'll throw it out there like that in the with your makeup. You look like a Beyonce, but without the makeup, you look like Scooby-Doo. I mean, that's the best illustration. If y'all guys don't know who Scooby-Doo is, you just Google it. It's a cartoon show. Scooby-Doo and Friends. Scooby-Doo and Friends. So, but anyway, I think you get what I'm talking about. So, this is another reason why you women is single, because everything about you is fake. Your look and your personality is fake. So how can you find a real man and you fake? You're a feminist. You got opinions on top of opinions. You don't even want to accept a man's last name of marriage. You want to hyphenate it because you want your own identity. But you belong to the man. You his helpmate. You his number two. You're not 50-50. You're not side by side. I know this is triggering. Yes, he take care of you. He loves you. That's what he's supposed to do. That you don't have to worry about anything. That's a real man. But you're not a real woman. You want to be ahead of that man. You are low-key jealous of that man. So this is why you by yourself. You want to be a man. Some of you go as far as being studs. You want to be men. So this is why you staying single. Because you want to be the boss in the relationship. You want to dominate the man in a relationship. No man can tell you anything in a relationship. So you stay single with your cats and dogs. And you say, oh, well, I can live with that. And I guess I do that. I could be that way forever. And as the young people say, it's all cap. It's all cap. Because guess what? You really want a man. It's nothing like a real man. I know, ladies. Nothing like it. I'm sorry, the fake men's won't do. You need a real, bona fide, heterosexual man. In every which way in your life. And I know you desire for that, but you fighting at the same time because you're a feminist. Because you didn't have no daddy in your life. There was no male figure in your life. No real male figure that told you the truth about you. Have a man in your life told you, ladies, the truth about you. A man. Because you wouldn't even want to hear it anyway. Most of y'all ladies haven't had a bona fide man to tell you the truth about you. You smell. You ugly. You a degenerate. You low budget. You fake. You dumb. Etc., etc., etc. Ladies, how many men that you met in your life told you the truth about you? This is why you acting like savages running around here with a savage mentality, swearing you are the best thing since sliced bread. But you are ungrateful savage. And by the way, a whore. Let's not forget that. A whore. This is why you living single. And a big reason. Because you a whore. You just a bona fide slut. You're not even worth girlfriend status. You just a concubine. A part-time concubine at best. Most of you females that roaming around the streets like a bunch of animals, you're only good for once every 2 to 3 weeks. I visit you now, and then I won't see you till probably 2 to 3 weeks from now. And this is the mentality of a lot of men when they think about you savages in the streets, old or young. Because we don't even want to hear your mouth. We just only want you to open your mouth. You get it? I'll leave it as that. But you're a savage. I know a lot of members, even within my family, wouldn't want to listen to this. They just think I'm over the top. Believe me, having these shows and you talk about certain things, there's going to, for in my perspective, and a lot of men out here that talk like the talking points that I'm saying, there's casualties of war. There's casualties. You got female family members, friends, and whoever that they don't want to bother with you because your statements, your information is so strong, it hits their soul. Remember, I'm the soul toucher. I touch his souls. Apparently, because a lot of people, I mean, I got love all around the world, but I mean, family members and certain people just don't rock with me because they hear these things and it touches their soul one way or another. He's a chauvinist. He hates all women. No, I don't. I love women. But I hate females. And I talked about that on a lot of different shows. I love women. The 2% that sprinkle around this world, I have no problem with you decent, bona fide women. But I hate females. I have perfect hate for females. I'm not in support of hoes in terms of it being a wife, in terms of being a girlfriend. But you had hoes since the days of the Bible, the days of old. You always had hoes. Hoes is always necessary. Just like you have simps and suckers. They necessary too. Because if you want to shake that woman of the past and you don't want to deal with her no more, you always have a simp And they come and they want to save her. Good. Save her. That means she won't be bugging me. Keep her mind occupied. Even though she have hate. But that sucker will say, honey, don't worry. I'm here for you. Forget that guy. I'm here for you. I take care of you. I take care of all the kids. And forget those 5 baby daddies you got, because I'm here for you. And I love you. And I need you. And you are the best for me. And don't you ever leave me, girl. I love you. I love you. Please don't leave me. Forget that guy out here. He's a bad guy. He just be on the podcast talking shit about women like you, but you a queen. Oh, you a queen. I need you. I need you. I need you. These are your simps. These are your simps. And it's good to have them. Because they make the world go around. They part of the ecosystem of relationships. You always, just like you need flies, you need spiders. You need spiders to catch the flies that be bugging you in the house, because they have those webs as traps. And it's food for the spiders. And you need flies roaming around because they eat up waste. When the dog defecates on the ground. I'm just using these things as an example. It might not make sense, but it's all a chain of part of the ecosystem of relationships. So you need whores and you need simps. But here where the ecosystem gets messed up. You don't need majority of women whores. You don't need a majority of men simps. And this is what you have going on now. Majority is ruling. So that messes up the ecosystem of relationships. And then you add on the laws, because the powers that be, the people in the dominant society, because they weak-minded, they put up laws because to defeat the strong heterosexual men and to break down their philosophies, to crush heterosexuals and then implement and usher your soft and cuddly, I would say women, or wannabe women, from the rainbow community. My opinion. The rainbow community of men are being ushered as the real men, and the heterosexual men is being trying to put down and mentally castrate the heterosexual men and keep them single and hopefully confused. It's all part of breaking them down. I talked about that on the show about being a heterosexual man. So, this is what it is. You're gonna have a lot of living singles roaming around here. Because another factor in, which I just alluded to a few minutes ago, is the powers that be that is bringing the division systematically. So, women, if you have women hating men, there will be no togetherness. There will be no procreation. And as long as you have chaos, somebody, which is the elitists, in my personal opinion, is capitalizing off of chaos, which they normally do. as long as you have this chaos, family court will keep on making their money every day, every week, every month, every year. Because that's part of the chaos. You reduce the population because women have this inflated mentality. They go off the deep end because they're running by emotions. So they will have them thinking, okay, well, you could be with the same gender. You don't need a man, aka feminists. More chaos, more separation, living single. So this is what it is. I can go on so many different topics and talk about reasons for the single lifestyle. But I just want to give you somewhat of a short form of why. But in conclusion, how you could reverse this, ladies. And I know this is going to be the hard part. A hard part, but here's the thing. You need to improve your mental. How? Be the best woman you can be. Work out. Stay fit. Read books to educate the mind. Read books to educate the mind. Just not no gossip books or sci-fi garbage or relationship, stories, fantasy island type of thing. Read information that is going to make you a better woman to be able to conversate to a real man. Most of these females are damaged goods so bad. Not so bad, but let me say this again. They've damaged goods. They beyond saving. You basically need to see Jesus. You don't really. Here's the reality. Some of these women and men too. We force getting in relationships when our minds are not right anyway. Sometimes you have to take a step back and be alone to really get your mind right. Not be in any type of relationship. Just build yourself. You might need 5 to 10 years to really build you up because you destroyed 20 years of your life. So you're gonna need 5 or 10 years to get your mentality at a certain level where you're functional. That's how you help fix a situation. You got a bunch of kids. You really need, and they toddlers, they 5 years old, 4 years old. You really don't need to be in a relationship until the kids are grown. That's the truth of the matter. Yeah, some of you females really need to really get yourself right before you start jumping into certain relationships. Any relationship for that matter, because you such damaged goods. You've been, and you need to, like I was saying, your kids need to. Men don't need to see, or your children don't need to see different men coming in and out your house. A lot of you women are selfish. You're selfish in many different fronts. Number one, you're not really capable of taking care of your children anyway. Sometimes a man is more capable than you, but you stubborn and you destroyed your life. You thinking you just destroying the kid's life and still having men, your children calling the men uncles and daddies and stuff, and you destroying the kids more and more as well as yourself. But a lot of you women, this is why you're single, because you're selfish and you're evil. That's another thing. Most of these females out here are evil to the core. Whether they smile or not, but they're evil to the core. This is why, another reason why you're single. You're evil. You destroy everything in your path and you don't care. And this is why you men must stay away from these females, these modern females out here, because they look good. I see so many stories, and I know you see stories. These women could be pretty or ugly, and they are evil to the core. And crazy. Mental illness is another reason why these modern females are single. Because they got serious mental issues, and a lot of these females is taking medication. Oh man, I'm adding on as I'm talking to you. Drugs. A lot of these women are single, living single, because they're heavy weed smokers and certified alcoholics. They popping pills and they smoking so much weed. And that's supposed to calm down their mental illness, but really it don't, because if you take away their weed and alcohol, they raving lunatics. Smoking 2 and 3 packs a week of cigarettes. And these is young women. These is young women. I mean, just mental illness is real. Mental illness is serious. All of these, indulging in all your vices is destroying you, wearing you out. You got a lot of women out here that is supposed to be in the prime of their life, looking good. They 24, 25, 29, and they looking like they 49, 59, 39. Worn out, bodies worn out, insides worn out. Look all haggard. This is why you're single. And also, you should have a foundation in your life. You should be grounded. Something that a belief system. Whether it's religion let me slow it down. My personal opinion. You should have something that grounds you. Morals and standards that ground you. Whether it's a religious point of view or not, but even if you don't believe in a particular religion or denomination, but you should have morals and standards for yourself that will keep you grounded as a woman, as a person. And that's the same thing with you men as well. But unfortunately, the modern day females is wilding out, and this is why you're single. Because you have no foundation, no structure. And I was back to saying about the women with children, that the kids don't need to see different men boogieing in the household. I have to stress that, because you find a lot of females that just they don't care. They just community women, and they dragging their children right there. You really don't even need to have the children. You really are. Most of these females with children is not capable. They're really not. They think they are, but they're not. When you start having 2 and 3 and 4 different baby daddies, your capability card is in question. This is why you're living single. I know a lot of women is not going to like this, and a lot of A few men out here is not going to like this. But am I really off? Am I really lying? Am I really not knowing what I'm talking about? Am I saying something that is totally off? Totally off. Just think about it. Am I saying something that is just crazy, that I just don't have no idea what I'm talking about? A lot of people want to justify for their wrongs in their life. And I'm not pointing out one particulars or two particulars. I'm speaking general. But I know I'm the soul toucher, so it's going to touch your soul. I know this. But this is something that should be discussed, because this society wants to make females, modern day females, like they picture perfect, they do no wrong. If you talk about modern day females, you wrong. But if I reversed it and just had a show just saying, or shows in general say, all men are trash, all men is this, all men is that, men is this, men is that, nothing be said. I will not be shadow banned. It'd be no problem. You can guarantee that. I will have more followers, especially women, and they will say, right on. But when you talk about modern day females, oh no, that's crazy. You crazy. It's unfair. But if you listen, and a lot of people, they just not going to want to hear the whole show, just get bits and pieces and say he hates women. And I constantly on different shows say there's a difference between women and females. And the 2% of women sprinkled throughout the world, I have no problem with. But the 98% of these females out here, this is what it is. And your whoredom takes away your credibility, because when you start sleeping for men and getting high body counts, and you know, no man wants a slut. It's not like he wakes up in the morning and say, let me rephrase that. Let me make that more clear. It's not like a man say, I want to marry a slut. He settles. He settles. But no real man of means is saying, you know what? I'm going to marry this whore. I'm going to marry her because she got a whole bunch of baby daddies, and she been whoring around and taking drugs, and she got nothing to offer. So I'm going to marry her. Your simps will. Unfortunately, within males is a lot more males than men. And I talked about that too. So it's a crazy universe. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's sad. But this is some of the reasons why you have single women, and they live in single. And now people will say, well, what about the men? There's single men out here. Well, let's break that down. See, men can, and now this is going to sound messed up, but men could live single as long as they're healthy and they have a certain lifestyle. We can handle it, living single. But that's not really the norm for women, because women is built to be nurturers. Men could be like lions. As long as your money is up and your health is up, you just out here. You can handle it better, because men don't run by emotions. Heterosexual men, let me say that, don't run by emotions. Your weak men now they run by emotions. They be crying all over the place and so forth. So that's a different dynamics. But I could get even more deeper with that, but I just don't feel like getting deep with that particular part. But this is the society that we are living now. So men, it's very important. One of the keys for your continual existence out here, if you have made mistakes, because we all make mistakes, just wake up, better yourself, dust your boots off, get your money right, get in a better position in life so you can expand and meet quality women. And if you have made mistakes in life, men, as long as you're able to wake up in the morning, you could be a better you. And for you females out here, it's pretty much the same thing. But see, being that is a little bit different, because a lot of you, if you say that have children, you not only thinking of yourself. So in your case, your best bet is to be the best you can be and not get into a relationship and not having these different men in the house for your children to see until the kids are grown. And then you can get into a stronger relationship because your kids are grown. This is just one of many examples. And the older women, like I said, all right, I'll give you a slight break. Older women and younger women, the key is this: submitting. If you're capable to submit to a man 150% body, spirit, and whatever body you got left, and whatever spirit you got left, and whatever soul you got left, if you're able to submit it 200% to the right man, you might able to live a comfortable life for the rest of your years on the planet Earth. But I know you're not trying to hear that, so you need to seek that with your Lord and Savior. Thank you for listening.